French novelist Romain Rolland once said, "A hero is a man who does what he can." If I was granted the liberty, I would change that to, "A hero is a man who does all he can." And I have known an individual that embodies such a statement, and that would be Reverend W. Smith. This was my pastor growing up from about the ages of 7 to 20, although at the time I may not have allowed him to pastor me the way I should have due to my young rebellion. But the reality is within W. Smith, I see a dedicated individual. I have watched a man who has given his life to this. He went from evangelizing to pastoring a church of just a few people, and 40 plus years later, it is still thriving and full of people. My father still attends there to this day. I recall one time walking into the church gym and seeing him up on a scaffold making repairs at midnight, knowing in my heart that he would be there at 4 a.m. to pray. Which brings me to my next point. Reverend W. Smith is prayerful. He doesn't just preach about it, but he practices it. At an event here recently, I seen him, we talked, we visited for a few moments, and I ended up texting him afterwards saying, "Oh, it's great to see you." And he said, "Great to see you too. I didn't stick around because 3 o'clock comes early." Him and my father are there usually every day of the week, praying at 3, 4 in the morning, every single morning, seeking the face of God. And I am thankful for his prayers because they have impacted my life time and time again. But Reverend W. Smith is not just dedicated or prayerful, he is selfless. And when I say selfless, I mean every bit of it. If he knew I was making a video about him being my hero, he would be the first to say he is no such thing as a hero, and he would do his best to give glory to the Lord. Recently, Sister Smith, his wife, passed away, and as we stood in the foyer of that church, he said, "Fred Tyler, all our lives we gave ourselves to the Lord. For the last several years, I've given my life to my wife. For however many years I have remaining, I'm going to give them to the Lord." And how those words have gripped my heart ever since. The reality is despite rebellion in my early years, I am the man and the minister I am today because of Reverend W. Smith. He may not be my pastor today, but he serves as a huge hero in my life, and I'll forever be grateful for him.